In a world of seemingly endless podcasts comes what many would call another one. Welcome to the Two Men podcast with your hosts Tim Matson and Phil Powell. Now please join these two confirmed men, that's two moderately entertaining nerds, as they take you on another podcast adventure that's guaranteed to be funny. Or not. This week the two men discuss jobs they might be good at.
All right. Welcome to another Two Men podcast.
Woo!
Woo! We're doing it in a different room this time.
Yeah, this is very exciting. It's a new surroundings. It lends a new energy.
That's right. I think it's claustrophobia.
It might be. This is awfully
it's
small.
Yeah. Tim and I are used to a cavernous space.
Palatial.
Yeah, palatial. That's
space.
a big word. You're pulling out the multi-syllable words early.
I like Scrabble.
That's right. Do you
Nobody will play Scrabble with me. It's very depressing.
Because you're too good, or because you're a warmonger, or what is it that why won't they play Scrabble with you?
I don't know. I think they're afraid of my imposing intellect.
Should they not be? Well, wait a minute. What about your vocabulary?
My vocabulary, it's pretty verbose.
It's pretty verbose.
Yeah.
Do you know how to spell verbose?
Verbose.
Oh. All right, well.
Yeah, you don't even know if that's right. I could have slipped a Q in there and you would never know.
Do you think, all right, so this is a perfect segue into the topic that we're going to talk about.
What are we talking about?
Jobs we might be good at. We might be.
Are
you
we
don't
including
know.
podcasting in this?
Yeah,
list
it's
of
a
jobs?
job. It's a job. To somebody, somewhere, that's a job.
I'm sure there are people out there with this job.
Yeah. We're just not one of them.
We're just co-opting their job.
That's right. So, do you think, to your verbose vocabulary, do you think that you would be a good spelling bee champion?
Possibly. I do know this much. I would never misspell the word humor because that's the word I failed on in the regional spelling bee when I was in 5th grade.
Humor?
Humor. Yeah, I know.
How'd you spell it?
I used the British spelling with the U. Humour.
See, that's how I spell it.
Well, you're spelling it wrong. I spelled it with an extra U. Humour.
Oh,
It's
like
a
color.
variant.
Like color.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah, it's in the dictionary technically and under an alternate spelling.
I thought that they gave you extra points for being fancy like that and
like
spelling bees.
shop with an extra PE at the end.
Right, yeah. I thought they would give you extra points for that.
Well, I was hoping, but it didn't work out.
So here's the question. Did you know the right way to spell it?
Instantly after I spelled it.
Did this scar you in any way?
Well, clearly it has, because I will never forget how to spell humor because of it.
Yeah. That's sad.
It was very sad. It was a dark day. It was a dark day. So I don't know if I would make a good spelling bee referee because of the trauma that I suffered.
Right. Or could you just be a spelling beer? What's the age limit?
I don't know, man. I
could
don't
you
know.
get back into that now and get in there with those youngsters?
No, there's no way. Have you watched any of that
Yeah, they're
stuff
pretty
on TV?
hardcore.
They're super hardcore. I mean, humor, they would never even be asked that word.
That would be like a trick question.
That would be a trick question, yes.
Yeah. I couldn't do as well as those kids. And they take it pretty seriously. I wonder if
Very seriously, yeah.
I wonder if they get into spelling bee offs in like their downtime. Like people do dance offs.
I was going to say like a gang battle of some
right.
sort.
Well, yeah, like a spelling bee, hubris kind of a moment.
Maybe.
Between two.
Hubris, that's a good word. I like
yeah,
that.
it is. Between,
like
look at him. Oh, like that. I would not do that. Actors don't do that. And they should. Of all people that should do
spelling?
That should do a dance off. Like a I'm better than you off.
Oh, Lord.
Actors.
I know a lot of actors that have no business doing a dance off.
Well, no.
Me, largely.
I just
them.
use the word dance off because that's the only term that I know for let me do something and then you do something similar. What I really mean is act and then you act. You know, be
You know,
like
monologue off.
monologue off. Yeah, a monologue off. Like, oh,
Oh, he's pulling out the King Lear.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, a monologue off. So you
That might
spell
be kind of fun.
you do a spell off. You do a spell off where you spell fancy words and then the other kid spells fancy words. Things like that. So what's a job you might be good at?
Well, I don't really want any job, to be honest, other
Mm-hmm.
than this one. I like this one.
Well, this is pretty easy.
It's pretty easy.
But that's allowing us the ease of we don't actually have to do the job.
No, we don't have to do the job. We do it for our listeners' pleasure
That's right.
and for our own selfish self-interests.
We are pleasuring our listeners.
Ooh.
At least
I don't know. That makes me very uncomfortable because, as I just learned recently, one of our regular listeners is one of my daughter's friends.
Oh,
That's her age, so I
okay.
would feel very uncomfortable
About
with that
the
situation. I don't think her parents would really care for that
Oh,
either,
okay.
to be honest.
Well, all right.
Although she did grow into a lovely young lady. I will
Oh,
say.
all right.
Mhm.
I don't know anything about that.
No.
Growing into or anything.
Shout out to Caitlin Hornaday.
All right.
All right, here. Would you be good at being a paparazzi?
Yes, I think I would be a great
Really?
paparazzi.
Mm.
Long name though, hard to pronounce, and
Paparazzi.
I don't know. It's like I just prefer one syllable job titles. But paparazzi, you gotta lie to people to get into areas. I think I could handle that.
Mm-hmm.
And
Think you can take a punch from Sean Penn?
because
Because that's a real danger in that job, from what I understand. Maybe not so much anymore.
I would invest in a longer lens. I would. I think that's step one.
That's a great idea. Wonder why they never thought of that.
Yeah, I think it's like, I don't know. You're right. I guess it's access, but yeah, why would you be close to somebody you're gonna provoke? You would want a longer lens.
Well, I think that's part of the thing. They want to provoke him. That's part of the news.
right.
That's part of the I don't know.
But this the
thing they're
camera
trying
guy
to get out of him.
The camera guy in me is like, if I get a provoked Sean Penn, forget about even my personal safety for the moment.
Yeah.
Is he's going to be swinging and I'm not going to get the shot because he's not going to stay in frame.
Well, then you're not a real professional. I mean, you've got to go down with the ship. If
Yeah.
you're going to take a punch from Sean Penn, you got to make sure you get that shot, especially for your court case.
Yeah, I'm worried about. See, I would worry about all kinds of compositional issues related to him
Yeah.
swinging at
I
me.
don't know that you'd be a good
It'd be-
paparazzi.
Now, maybe not. I probably should move on to a new career. You know, let's speculate on that. I think
Mm-hmm.
that I would make a great prince.
A great prince,
Yes, I think I
not
would
a
make
king, a prince.
No. Kings
Mm,
kings have too much responsibility.
that's a
Okay.
fair point.
You know, and they have to sit on the throne and they have to listen to people talk about things.
Mhm.
Princes, on the other hand, I think that they got a little bit more, or maybe I should aim for Duke.
A Duke?
Whoever has the most prestige.
Say probably your age, probably be Duke. I don't know that many princes are. Well, there's Prince Charles.
Well, we're
He's still a prince.
That's right. We're suspending disbelief.
Oh, okay, all right. I just want to make sure what the rules were on.
We're
this.
gonna have to discover that my bloodline is secretly I'm a prince somewhere.
Okay,
I
I could believe that.
Yeah, and but I want something with the least amount of pressure,
Mm-hmm.
but the most prestige. See, I would be great at that.
Duke sounds about right up your alley. I think.
Yeah.
If you're a prince, that seems like you'd have to attend a lot of balls,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of public functions.
I still could do that. I can't. This would be a problem. I could not dance elegantly, and I think that may be a prerequisite for.
Well, there's that and all the princess saving. I mean, you've got to save a lot of princesses if you're a prince.
I don't think they do that anymore.
You don't think so?
No, I think they did
They got
away
out of
with
that?
I think that that's gone out of vogue. I think
Someone
that,
should tell Disney then.
Yeah,
I think
that's
they still
true.
have princes.
That still saving princesses.
I think so. Which Disney prince would you be?
Yeah, I don't know which Disney princess I would be.
Disney princess?
Well, that's the
wouldn't wanna
ones I
be-
think of.
I'd want to be
what's-
Ariel because
I was gonna
I'd
say-
like to swim in the sea with
I
my
don't.
little fishy tail.
I can't remember how did they handle her whole cleavage issue? Was that, did the fish part go up?
The cleavage issue?
Yeah.
No, she had seashells on her boobs.
All right. That seems, going back to our talcum powder discussion.
Seems like chafing would
That would seem
occur.
like major.
I would think so.
Major chafing.
Yeah.
I think that I can understand why mermaids go topless. Because
preferable, I suppose, than
I'd
having
be
shells
like,
on your
I'm
boobs.
not going to wear these shells an instant longer. These things are going out the
I would
door.
imagine that being in the ocean, you really wouldn't have a lot of issues with support
No.
because you're buoyant, and that's a part of the body that would be quite buoyant.
That's right.
So why wear a bra if you're a mermaid? It makes perfect sense to me.
What do you think you know, although you have no experience, okay?
That never stopped me before.
That's right. Although you have no experience, what is the job that you think you'd be really good at that no one is willing to give you?
I think I'd make a great spy.
All right.
I think I would make a very good FBI agent or spy, CIA agent. Something along those lines.
Yeah.
Mostly because no one looking at me would ever think that I would be a spy.
Yes.
I'm a very ordinary looking average dude that no one would look twice at.
And I do know, I'm willing to speculate,
Mm-hmm.
that you would be willing to sleep with people.
Again, it's never stopped me before. I just think that I would make a great spy until it comes to the torture bit, which I am not. Yeah,
So
I would give up. I would give up
cave.
any information I had. I would make up information I didn't have.
So we wouldn't even get to the torture phase.
No, you just have to say we're going to torture you, and I tell you anything you want to know. So maybe I wouldn't make a very good spy, but I think I would be good enough that I would never get to that point. I don't think I'd ever be captured.
Would you have made a good disciple?
Oh, a good disciple?
Of any kind.
I don't know. I'm not really great with rules,
Mm-hmm.
so probably not.
Writing stuff down?
I do like to write stuff down. I take copious notes on things. I do like to take notes.
So you would make a good follower.
I mean, possibly.
It'd be like,
I suppose so.
if you became convinced, I realized I might have some work to do here.
Mm-hmm.
But if you became convinced that I was a messiah of some kind, then
Okay. Mm-hmm.
then you might write my words down as for,
I do record them frequently, so there's that.
So we're recording them. So actually, it just occurred to me, we're writing the gospel of Timothy and Philip.
This would be like 3rd Timothy, right?
Yeah.
They're the first two are already in the Bible.
That's right. So this is 3rd Timothy.
3rd Timothy.
And 2nd Philippians. No, 3rd Philippians. 1st and 2nd. Yeah, so it's going to be 3rd Philippians.
Nice. It's a trilogy for both of us.
That's right.
It's exciting.
So this is the gospel. So we've got to come up with some beliefs that we think are heretical. Otherwise, we can't have a book. I mean, you've got to come up with stuff that you don't like people doing.
Oh, there's a lot of things I don't like people doing.
Yeah, we just got to call whatever that is, like eating lettuce.
Mm-hmm.
Eating lettuce, that's a heresy.
It is heretical to me, yeah.
Yeah. So
I've tried really hard to like lettuce. It's just not happening.
Do you think it's a class issue on your part?
The lettuce?
Yeah.
The lettuce?
Because you're higher class than the lettuce, you think you're not able to accept its ways, and
it just doesn't agree with me. It just, I don't know. There's something about the texture of it I can't get around.
What would you prefer?
I'd prefer that the lettuce was made out of chocolate.
Right.
That would be very helpful to me. Because I have no problems eating chocolate. Chocolate is perfectly fine.
Could you eat chocolate forever?
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Would you make is it a chocolatier?
I suppose so, yeah. I would make a great Oompa Loompa because I could work around chocolate all the time. I'd be very happy.
Yeah. I don't know. I would think that would be... Do you think the Oompa Loompas were unionized?
I doubt it. No, I don't think so. Because they had some dangerous working conditions.
That's true.
Yeah. I'm sure they lost quite a few of them. That's why he didn't name them individually, because you don't want to get too attached.
So Willy Wonka really, he was a imperialist kind of capitalist.
Yeah, I think so.
He was exploiting.
I mean, didn't he find them in their little land somewhere and bring them to work in the chocolate factory?
Yeah, that's not good.
That doesn't seem good.
It unless there's a document that that doesn't seem.
That seems a bit sketchy to me.
Yeah. So would you be a good teacher?
No, I'd be an atrocious teacher. I don't think I'd be any good at all.
Okay, so why? So tell me. Why?
I'm very anxious about being wrong about something. It's something that is a real problem. I think I would make a good teacher in every respect but that, because I don't think I would stand up to being challenged in class very well.
So emotionally, you're unstable.
I am definitely emotionally unstable. How dare you say that to me?
So as a teacher, you would run out of the room crying a lot.
I think I'd be more angry than crying. I get very confrontational when I get called out, and I don't like being called out. I don't like being wrong, and on top of that, I don't like being called out for being wrong.
But see, if you say that you'd be angry, then that's going to lead to either you've got to run out of the room or you got to smack somebody. So there's only
that's why I can't be a teacher.
That's right. I'm just saying. I think I would make a good college professor in type.
You just want to sleep with your students.
That's a theory. But I mean, I'm just playing a type. Meaning like somebody who is loud, opinionated, and condescending. I could do that all day
you do that in your
long.
sleep.
I wouldn't have to know what I'm talking about.
And I'm sure you have a tweed jacket somewhere.
Yes, I do.
Well, there you go. You're all set.
I mean, I could walk on campus, walk up on a platform, start talking about something random, and I'll guarantee you a bunch of young people would ignore me. Like it was normal.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is they wouldn't think, hey, that guy's not a teacher. They totally would believe I was a teacher because they would immediately want to ignore me. I'm that good.
I don't know if ignoring qualifies you as being a teacher.
No, I think it's the right tone. It's like,
maybe.
I'm talking about something you don't want to hear, and it's boring, and it's a consequence, or it's hard, and I totally could do that. I would make a great college teacher, professor, person.
Maybe.
As long as it was lecturing. I don't want to grade tests or be like you.
It sounds more like, what about this? Do you think you'd make a good politician?
Yeah, I hate to say it, but I think I would.
I think you probably would too.
I think I would make a great politician, especially when it just comes to bluster. I think
you could filibuster with the best of them.
I could.
I'll bet.
It's in my name, A, and B. Yeah, if you need me to talk about something for a long time, I can. I don't know that we are anything on this podcast. I don't know that this is.
You don't know if we're anything.
Well,
we are definitely something.
We are definitely something. We're alive. We're committed.
We should be committed.
We should be committed.
In multiple definitions of that word.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of that song. I'm trying to make me go insane. Ha ha. Hee 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 ho. To the funny farm.
They're coming to take me away.
They're coming to take me away. Ha ha. Hee hee. Whatever.
I don't know.
That was a big thing to know that.
Yeah.
You had to know that.
That's all I can remember of that song.
To be popular.
Well, you had to know that song to be popular?
Yeah.
Really?
Because it was on the television commercial for whatever those records that they would sell in bundles. Like Elvis's greatest hits. Like
the K-Tel records?
Right. So it was one of them like Wacky Tunes albums.
Yeah.
So that's all I knew of the song. Is that section right there, because that was all that was on the commercial. So
the commercial for the record. I'm sorry, I was thinking it was a commercial for some product or something, like the proto Weird Al kind of situation.
Yeah, exactly.
Before Weird Al was Weird Al,
or like a famous artist like Elvis. They would sell Elvis
collections,
compilations.
Yeah.
That's a property of the U.S. mail, or whatever that is. Whatever that song.
That was stunning. I almost believed that Elvis was in the room. Yeah, it was.
I'm going to start the barn soon.
You might be able to. Indeed.
I think this.
There's an old dude up in Summerfield that I swear to God is Elvis. I saw him at Food Lion. I've seen him multiple times. And he's got the Elvis hair and the Elvis sideburns.
So
and
he's definitely
big
not
sunglasses. He's not an impersonator. But I swear to God, that guy is Elvis.
All right, he's in Summerfield?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You should ask him. But I think Elvis
Are
would
you
be
the king?
Elvis would be quite.
Oh, he'd be quite old now.
I want to say.
Would he be dead? Do you think?
Well, statistically, I would think, but I would
imagine.
I don't know. I would say. Elvis,
When was he born?
I don't know. A long time ago. I mean, although he died. Here's the thing: is when did he was he? Oh, please don't tell me he was our age when he died.
God, that's always depressing to find that out, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm going to Google during the show because that makes great live audio.
Yeah. Elvis. I remember when he died. What a shock that was.
I mean, I do too. He was born in 19... Oh, good Lord. I need my glasses. Shut up. You've got your glasses
35.
on. 35.
Okay, so he's not really...
1935.
Oh, okay, so
he
not
died
even...
in 77.
So actually, wait a minute. So that would have 30.
Do your math. How old would he be?
I can't do my math.
Come on, do it.
No. 30,
do it.
35, 77.
He'd be 96.
Right, no, but how old was he when he died?
Oh, damn it, Phil.
So that's the math I was trying to do.
42.
Oh, so he's younger. He was younger than us when he died.
Oh, my God.
He was not just our age, he was younger.
Yeah, but think of how great that is. We outlived the king.
Well, that's true. But think about how crappy that is in the sense of look at all that he did in his life and look at what we've done.
Are you kidding me? This is episode 21. That's a major accomplishment.
Oh, you're right. Compared to...
That's blackjack.
Compared to Jailhouse Rock. This
that's only one song. We've done 21 episodes.
This episode is our Jailhouse Rock.
I don't know. That's pretty high praise.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, maybe it's our Love Me Tender?
Possibly.
I never liked Love Me Tender, so I think that's fine.
I'm not a big fan.
Love me tender. And first up, I
I'm
don't
getting very
understand.
uncomfortable with the way you're looking at me.
As a guy, I don't understand that statement either.
Love me tender?
Well, I just don't.
Love me chicken tenders. It's part of the problem.
love me chicken tenders. No, that's wrong. That's wrong.
That is not wrong. Chicken tenders are delicious. Well, we've learned a lot this episode.
We're not the king.
We're definitely not the king. We did outlive the king.
We outlived the king.
Good for that.
How good is that?
We've established there are several professions we would not be terribly good at.
Yes. All right. Well, thank you for joining us on this journey. He's maybe a little strong. Arduous journey.
It was arduous, but it wasn't very long.
So, thanks, and we'll see you next time.
Next time, it's time for another game of instant opinion. This is our game where I give Phil 10 words or phrases, and he has to render his instant opinion on those. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, here we go. First up, pull up by your bootstraps.
Pull up by your bootstraps. That is something that is, in theory, possible, I suppose, but I've never been able to pull myself up by my own bootstraps. I don't know what that means, really. It's a nonsensical phrase.
It does seem physically impossible.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure by the laws of physics that can't be done.
That's right. I don't think that means anything.
Jackboots.
Jackboots. I'm sensing a theme here. Jackboots. Jackboots, I don't know what they are, but I always didn't care for Jack. Didn't like his ways, didn't like his mannerisms, and so I do not care for Jack boots because I did not care for Jack.
Fair enough. These boots were made for walking.
These boots were made for walking, Nancy Sinatra.
Yeah.
She hasn't passed, has she?
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, then I like her a lot, and she seemed very sultry and sexy and sassy, and I like that. I like the boots were made for walking. Ding, down, now. I owned that as a 45. Well, my sister did. My sister did, and I would listen to it.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Boot camp.
Boot camp. I'm pro boot camp because you learn a lot of things. I'm anti boot camp because that sounds a place where you would camp, and I don't like camping at all.
That's fair enough. Lots of mosquitoes.
Just in general.
Bootsy Collins.
Good Lord, how long is this Boots thing going to go on? Bootsy Collins. Again, I don't know who Bootsy Collins
You don't know
is.
who Bootsy Collins?
Sorry, I don't know who
Heretic.
Bootsy Collins is. But I know that there's a drink called a Tom Collins, and I used to partake in those, so I'll give Bootsy Collins the benefit of the doubt because of their relationship with Tom.
They're cousins.
That's right.
Knocking boots.
Knocking boots. Don't know where this phrase came about. Again, it doesn't. I know what it means, but I don't know. Does that imply that you both have boots, or does that imply that the boots are at the bed and that you're knocking them? It doesn't make any sense to me.
I would
Doesn't
say
make
you both have to be wearing boots.
Well,
Makes
that
sense to
seems
me.
then that's two cowboys.
It's Brokeback Mountain.
That's right. That's not.
That makes sense.
All right. It makes sense to you.
It does.
It finally
totally
makes sense.
And that was Instant Opinion for episode 21, featuring me, Tim.
Hey, we can drink now.
We can. Our podcast is legal.
Oh, on so many levels.
On so many levels. We could date whoever we want to now. We're 21.
We can
we
screw
can
it up.
drink and
Yeah.
wow.
We don't have to obey our parents.
We can move out of our parents' house.
Oh.
This is going to be great. We can get our own place, Phil.
That's right. Let's room together because we'll never disagree.
Never. Never.
All right. Podcasting friends forever.
Woo!
Bye.
Bye.
Greetings. I am Alice, highly paid digital assistant to the two moderately entertaining nerds of the Two Men podcast. Want to let us know what you thought of the show? Have a topic you'd like to hear discussed? Feel like demanding your money back? We'd love to hear from you on 2 out of those 3 questions. Drop us an email at twomencast@gmail.com. In the meantime, please rate us and leave a review on iTunes or your podcast service of choice. Also, for all discussions moderately entertaining, you can find us at facebook.com/2mencast. Please join us again next week when we'll be guaranteed to be funny. Or not.